Okay, so what I just find, just you don't see it a lot, people leaving another sport to either play football or basketball, but you kind of gave up football for track and field. Can you talk about what led to that decision?
Yeah, so it's a decision I've been thinking about really ever since my last football season. And I knew that if I did what I was supposed to in track, that I would have a future in that, and that's what I wanted to do. And so then really after my high school season, the question really came up of if I wanted to do it, and I thought about it. It was every day, and I talked to my parents, talked with my friends, and ultimately ended up talking to my coach and decided that I wasn't going to play this year. So.
And I know you still got a lot of love for those Bears out there on the gridiron. You've been at their games, so can you just give us a little sneak peek of who we should be watching out for the rest of the season?
Yeah, I'm really excited for them. I'm going to say first, Isaiah Gorey. That's my best friend. He was my opposite of me in the offense. He was that other outside wide receiver. So, yeah, I've been super close to him and saw all the hard work he's put in. So I think he's going to have a really big year. And then defense, we got a lot of guys on defense. Obviously, Brody Clark. He's played varsity since freshman year, has a lot of experience. And a lot of other guys. Monty at quarterback, he's going to come around and get a feel for the game and have a big year. There's guys everywhere, honestly. I could keep on going.
And I got to ask, man, can you walk me through the first time that you kind of started participating in track and field? Were you in elementary school? Was it high school?
Yeah, I was in 3rd grade. Yeah, me and my older cousin, Cruz Markham, he's 2 years older than me. We were kind of looking to maybe do track, and we found a track club and decided to start running.
Wow. And so did you start off just doing all the events that you're kind of well known for today? Did you start off doing distance?
Yeah, really all the same events, the 100, 200, and long jump. I was really good at the long jump and 200 in elementary school and a little bit in middle school.
Wow. And, obviously I was there during the past state track championship meet there at UNM. Walk me through that moment of, I know you wanted that state record. You tied it, and for the guy to be right there, you guys were able to chop it up. Can you just walk me through that day and that moment?
Yeah, it was such a special moment. There was so much pressure. As soon as I jumped 24:10 in the Metro meet, 2 weeks before that, there was just so much pressure every day, and especially that week leading up to it. And then, that morning I just knew it was straight business, and I wasn't quite sure what to expect, how I was going to come out. And first jump, I jumped 24.3 1/4, but it was when they did. So from there, I knew that, I was going to be okay. And then just kept jumping, and it was so crazy. I ended up jumping the same mark again, win legal, and tying it with David. And then talking to him was really cool. It was such a special day.
And did he say that he's come out of retirement to try to reclaim? No, I'm just kidding, man. No, but obviously, dude, you're such a cool, calm, collected guy. And you talk about pressure. You've been winning first place state championship medals since your freshman year. How do you kind of lock in, like you said?
It's just what I do. I just love track, and it just comes natural. I love competition. I love the pressure, honestly. I love the attention. And like I said, it's just what I do. I'm just used to it since I was a little kid.
Awesome. And then can you talk a little bit more about that moment, that joy that you feel? It's, let's say, the 100-meter dash, you have that victory, like that feeling that you get when you're just 100% locked in that moment. What does it feel like?
Yeah, I would say that winning state in the 100, that was the most special race event that I've had in my life for sure. Because, I've always looked to be a 100 state champ in high school. I feel like people that run track, that's what you look at as 100 final in high school. So I always vision myself winning that, and to finally do it, especially I was an underdog in that race, and to finally do it was so special. Definitely the most special race of my life.
And I imagine just, there's been some guys that maybe have you've just seen so much of that you're always competing with. They always seem to be hanging around you in that last stretch. Is there anybody from New Mexico or even in the national scale that just you've come to know is all right, that's the guy that I'm always competing with, but it's always love at the end?
Yeah, I would say for sure. He graduated last year, Bryce Melton from Santa Fe. My freshman season, there was two really good seniors, Christian Buzzard, Cueva, my teammate, and Evan Weissong from Cleveland. Me and my parents always talked to me, they're like, you know, we're gonna have really good competition this year, and then after that, you might not have that much competition for the rest of high school. And my mom would always say, you know, there could just be some kid that comes out of nowhere like you did when you first joined track. And I was like, Mom, that was in 3rd grade. Like, I'm in high school, I'm at such a high level, like there's no way that could happen. Here goes this kid from Santa Fe, his first year ever running track. He was a sophomore. He just went off. He ran 10.4 in his first year ever running track as a sophomore. He's just an incredible athlete. He beat me that year in the 100 and the 200. And then we both actually battled injuries last year. And then this year we both had really good years. He ran 10.3, 20.9, and he's assigned to Arizona. So I'm really, really happy for him, really proud of him.
The obvious question, right, is you're hoping to compete at the next level collegiately. Can people be expecting you on that track?
Yes, for sure.
Nice.
It'll be, 2027 season, you'll see me somewhere.
Who are some people that have just been in your corner that really helped you with the stuff off the track that has really, you know, helped feed your obviously successful career on the track?
First off, God. You know, I've gotten really close to God. I've really leaned on my faith this past year. Secondly, my parents, you know, they have always provided everything for me. And just the little things, like I take my nutrition so serious, like my recovery is so serious, and they obviously pay for all that. You know, they sacrifice everything for me, and I'm really happy that I have it.
And I'm so sorry to make you do math here, man, but for the people who don't know, let's confirm, how many state championships do you have, like individual ones?
Okay, individual, actually not that much. I won long jump my freshman year. Sophomore year was hurt, and then my junior year, the long jump and 100. So actually only 3 individual.
And then this past year, you were also awarded, right, the top male scorer, right?
Yeah, I was, and I won that my freshman year too. And that was a really, really cool award to win. It's the last award that they give out of the meet. You know, they go through all the girls stuff, and then boys, 4A, 5A, and then they announce the high point winner. It's a really cool award to win. You know, having that plaque, it really makes all that work you put in pay off.
Perfect, man. And then, you know, just some moments, it's funny, that stick out in my life where it's like, I used to play soccer, but I think the greatest moment was just like being in the teammate. I mean, being on the bus with my teammates, you know, we're just kind of like, I think somebody started rapping, and it was just like this funny thing. Or like we were, where did we go? We went to like Furs for just some food. Is there any moments like that stick out to you, either on the La Cueva scale or the national scale, like that were just kind of just fun moments to be around?
I can't think of a specific moment. I'm telling you, every practice, every meet is always so fun. Just talking with my guys, talking a little bit of smack. During the workouts, during the meets, I don't know. Those guys, they make it so much fun. That's really where what I really love about the sport when it comes down to it, because you know those workouts are not fun. 4x4s are not fun. You know, the 100 long jump, they're all right, but that's really what makes those meets and those practices fun, is those guys.
And then now that, you're not on the football team anymore, who is the fastest guy? I mean, we got to take your opinion at Strongheart. I've heard a couple of different answers, so I'm curious to hear what you think.
Well, we have our new strength coach, Coach Stev. Shout out to him. And we would run during the winter. We would run twice a week, and it would be timed. And I know they did it again this summer. And the guy after me, obviously, was J.M. Barrows.
J.M. Barrows. Awesome, man. And then the last thing is just for any young people watching this who are hoping to be in your shoes someday, what are some tips that you could give them for helping reach this kind of unreal level?
I think about this all the time, and you know, being a kid from New Mexico, you might not have the best coaching, you might not have the best equipment, like you don't have the best competition, like everything that everyone already knows, that New Mexico is just kind of under the radar. But you know, there's no workout, there's no coach that will get you to the level that I'm at. The reason I am where I'm at is because of, honestly, the love for the sport that I have. You know, putting in the work every day and just loving it. Because, you know, if you don't love it, then that one day you don't feel like going, you're not gonna go. So just the love for the sport, you have to love it. You can find me on Instagram. It's Tanner, but with a V instead of an A, Tanner2.